Hello everybody and welcome to Dungeons 3. It has been quite some time until I made something and well, there were some issues. I moved around a little bit to a different city, so I had no internet for some time. I started a new job, so I was a little bit occupied with that. All kind of stuff. But now, let's try to get back on track and upload stuff regularly. Also, not only Rainbow Six, but also different stuff. So now with Dungeon 3, I think I don't need to talk much about the game itself. Everybody knows what it's about, and we are ready to become the evil again. So let's go for the campaign right away. The main campaign, I guess, tutorials. I've never played this one before. I played number 2, so I assume it's very similar with the controls, so I skip the tutorial, go for the main campaign, and see what it brings.
Absolute evil. The shadow of absolute evil had crossed the sea and now sought the chosen target, a dark elf named Talia.
Okay. What do we have here? The Shadow Strike, successfully complete the mission. So this seems to be side objectives within the main campaign. Destroy rune heroes with firebomb and don't take any damage from the light. Well, let's see. I assume there is going to be some kind of introduction to the whole thing, so let's take a look at that.
A long, long time ago, the absolute evil had, in the famous predecessor to this game, subjugated the known world and defeated good. Now, in a world full of blackness and despair, it spent its days sipping cocktails from the skulls of its enemies and forging new plans over a grilled unicorn kebab. Unfortunately, there wasn't much left to forge. A few orc wedges, the occasional trick played on the little snots. There just wasn't anything left to conquer. As the weeks and months passed, the absolute evil grew ever more reticent and seclusive. From time to time, one could hear a slight murmur from the depressed evil's secret laboratory in the depths of the dungeon. Its creatures grew more worried with each passing day, and even started to miss its ingenious evil tricks. It was a somewhat confusing time for them. No beatings, no torture, and no being sent to a senseless death. On the other hand, it was a rather nice change. Eons passed, and the unicorn supply dwindled until suddenly, one wonderful day, the evil genius evil joyfully burst from its secret laboratory. It finally had a new goal. An unknown continent, as often found in sequels, lay to the east, sheltered from the wicked evil by naught but a puny little ocean. It immediately had a fleet built. This was so powerful that it covered the horizon from north to south and was manned by the best and most powerful creatures at the devious evil's command. The fleet set sail for the crossing to this new continent, left the harbor, and sank. Yet that mattered naught to the couldn't give a hoot about its minions evil. It instructed its goblins and little snots to design an even more powerful fleet. These new ships were gigantic. Loaded with devious evil's second-best creatures, the fleet set out. And that sank as well. The annoyed evil saved his relentless anger towards the shipbuilders for later. Obviously, it would have to take care of the matter itself. With a sigh, it cast a spell and created a shadow of itself, a creature of absolute darkness and evilness. This shadow flew across the water towards the east. There, it would find a vessel, a corruptible being that would subjugate this land in the name of evil, and the shadow had the perfect target in mind.
Okay, that was a short introduction. This looks very... reminds me a lot of World of Warcraft, I have to admit. The character design, how they look. But maybe that's just my perception.
The great paladin Tanos, hero of the totally Eastern Kingdoms and a repugnantly good fellow. He was visiting the fatiguing library in Twistram with his comrades to see his foster daughter Talia.
Well now, Talia, tell me about your studies. Are you making progress with the writings of the ancient sages?
Yes, dear father, I have thoroughly digested it and have come a step closer to the good. The desire within me to do evil is defeated.
Really? Excellent! I am proud of you, my child. Continue to concentrate on your studies. I must go to Stormbreeze to clear up a few matters. I'll be back soon. In the meantime, my loyal friend Grimly will protect the country. Should anything trouble you, you can turn to him. Isn't that right, Grimly?
Aye, of course, Janos. I'll keep an eye on the damned elf. Your daughter. You can count on me.
Then I'll see you soon, my friends. May the goddess watch over you, and the light burn eternally.
Bon voyage, dear father. I'll make you so proud of me. Who does good is good.
Yuck. Disgusting phrases like that always leave such a nasty taste in my mouth. These abnormally good heroes, on the other hand, had no inkling of the malignity gathered to the south. One moment a herd of sheep was peacefully grazing, and the next moment, whomp! With a fulminant explosive effect that ate up half our special effects budget, the shadow entered the world. His target, a dark elf caught between good and evil, was very close. As the shadow of the unspeakably evil moved through the world, all around it died. Plants withered. Animals perished. Sort of like a picnic with my family.
Okay. Now, what have we seen? I think by now we made fun out of Tristram, so Diablo, Grimly, Lord of the Rings. We have the light sentence from Game of Thrones, and did I miss something?
The shadow of the far-off evil found itself very, very close to Twistram. It could practically feel its target's presence.
Take these lanterns, men, and let the light of the goddess shine. For the night is dark and full of terrors, and there's a pile of horse poo around here somewhere. I trod in it earlier. For the darkness! I mean, for the light! Sorry, I'm still in training.
Yes, well, that is somewhat suboptimal. Naturally, the shadow of the almighty evil was an incredibly powerful creature, but, well, light was a bit of an issue. It would certainly be wise to stay out of the lantern light.
So there we had it again, the Game of Thrones reference. Isn't Thanos from Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm not sure now. Anyhow, let's go on. Apparently we have to avoid these lamps to not step into light, take any damage, so we can complete the...
The shadow reached
side
the
quest.
entrance to
Oh.
Twistram. Fortunately, this one was not closed, but it was brightly lit. Luckily, there was an unfortunate guard on patrol that the shadow was able to possess, thanks to its incredible powers. As long as it wasn't in the light. The shadow of absolute evil melded with the guard and took control of his body. Thus, it was able to pass through the gate with ease.
Okay, that was easy enough.
What was that? I think there was something wrong with our last beer.
Unfortunately, the shadow's possession only lasted a short while before the guard was able to free himself. Still, it was long enough to get past the gate.
I thought it would have been too easy to just get through there.
The shadow's target was close, so close. Talia, the dark elf. Soon she would fight on the side of evil.
May the goddess be with you, my friends. It will soon be time to open the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Come to the big square and join in the festivities.
Well, I don't know.
I had actually kind of planned to spend the evening in the bathhouse.
Friends, This orphanage is very important to my father. Tanos, you know, the mighty paladin, the one you really don't want to offend.
Yeah, all right, we'd love to come.
Excellent! May the light of the goddess shine upon you, and let us experience this exhilarating spectacle in the big square together. Follow me, my friends, for evil, the light, I mean. Keep the light burning bright, for the night is dark and full of terriers or errors or something like that.
Okay, here we go. Quickly saving, apparently. Yeah, it seems to be rather straightforward. We can't go through here. There's no guard without a lantern that we can control. So yeah, let's go down here, right? Yeah, great, another guard. Oh, get moving. Don't get in there, please. Great. Well, since we can't get control of any guard, let's take control of this guy.
Stop holding the lantern in my face like that, boy. I am grim.
I wonder if I could actually start and kill everyone with this guy already. Before leaving him. Or if it's just time-based, but it seems like just a position when you cross this part here, it will stop being controlled, or the guy will stop being controlled. We won't get through there. And there are
In
plenty
the
of
distance,
guys.
one could hear the unbearably good bells of a church. They must be marking the opening of the orphanage in the fatiguing library. Heroes with lanterns began to stream in that direction. The crossing on a red signal evil shadow swore, or would have if it had a mouth, and tried to avoid the lanterns as much as possible.
Okay, we are following these guys now, and I hope he or these guys are not catching up too fast, so I can just follow him quietly.
Goddess, and in the name of my father Tanos, I'm glad to see so many of you here of your own free will.
Didn't sound forced when she said it first, right? Like, you don't want to offend my father? Tanos? You know him? The paladin?
Finally, the time had come, and the shadow of the passes in the slow lane evil was within range of Talia, the dark elf. The time had come for it to use its incredible powers to possess her for a short time.
My dear father would be very proud were he with us today. He would be overjoyed to see us give the young and the needy a place to live and thrive. That's why I'm happy to take this orphanage and destroy it utterly, and all of you with it.
What did she say?
Die!
Well, that sounds more like it, right? And we need to kill with a fireball, right? Firebomb. Oh, they are hitting me.
I will kill you all! I feel the power within me. Oh, it's over 9,000!
Unimagined
slight
powers surfaced in Talia.
reference to Dragon
The
Balls, I
black magic
guess?
of the Dark Elves. She immediately began to unleash these powers of chaos upon the world. The Dark Elf raged through Twistrom's inexperienced guards. She thereby built up a tremendous inner energy, which she released into the world as a focus beam, while screaming, Kamehameha! Meanwhile, in the fatiguing library, they waited eagerly with coffee and cake for Talia to show up and open the new orphanage. The energy beam hit the cake with a resounding zap and reduced it to ashes. Oh yes, and the rest of the building and everyone inside it as well. The narcissistic evil patted itself on the shoulder for this. Or it would have, but the metal armor always made such a terrible clunking noise when it tried. But then again, that's what little snots are for. Obviously, the dispatched shadow had found a perfect vessel in the Dark Elf. Talia had already earned the title of Employee of the Month with the utter destruction of the fatiguing library, as well as half of Twistram. The destruction of an orphanage and the bombardment of innocent citizens with magic missiles immediately made her the minion-wasting evil's new favorite henchperson. Her evil deeds complete, Talia withdrew into the vaults beneath the ruins of the fatiguing library. There, between the slaughterhouse and Mad Archbishop Lazarus's apartments, she prepared to create something powerful in the name of the absolutely ultimately evil. A dungeon heart, the cornerstone of any dungeon's power. Far away, Paladin of Light and Talia's former mentor, Tanos, was on his way to the Empire's capital of Stormbreeze. Naive and trusting as he was whistling cheerfully to himself, with no inkling of his foster daughter's dark deeds. Though he was aware that as a dark elf, she always had a core of evil in her. He had hoped to defeat it through religious indoctrination with ancient mad writings. Well, old bean, you thought wrong.
So, first one completed. Did we actually succeed with that? With all the side things, I think we did.
The shadow of absolute evil.
Yeah, let's go for
shadow
the second
of
one.
Absolute evil had Twistram in ruins. Talia, the dark elf, had turned to evil and
Tristram
laid the fatiguing library
completed.
in ruins.
Collect a total of
Now she began
1000
to build a
evilness, and the
small
mission
power
is
base
side
in its
objective,
vaults.
and no one is to
Her
die
first
today. Complete the
dungeon.
mission without losing more than 3 creatures. Well, we could put it on hellish, but let's go first for the normal difficulty.
Twistram looked like the leftovers from a heavy metal concert.
What? What have I done? Oh no! I've fallen to evil again. Father will be beside himself. He was right when he said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Although, in a way, it was fun to be evil. Burning things, pillaging, and showing those nasty goody two-shoes where the hammer hangs. They just look down at me anyway. My revenge will be terrible.
While Talia was delivering a typical villainous monologue, something happened around her. From the depths arose a pulsating crystal, filled with the magic-savvy evil's power. A dungeon heart. Not to be confused with those dungeon hearts from other games. We don't want to be sued again.
Hello, greetings. What seems to be your boggle?
Secret mental messages were exchanged between Talia and the mentally savvy evil's crystal. We could explain this in detail at this point, but that would require a 3-hour monologue on my part, and I am definitely not being paid enough for that.
Right then. I will make these people suffer for mocking me. Father's henchmen never liked me anyway, and always insulted me, calling me pointy-eared. It's time for my well-deserved revenge!
The game logic internalizing
So,
evil
here we are with
had
our
given
actual
Talia
first
an
mission.
assignment.
The
Out there on the
entrance we
surface were
have right over
shamelessly
there.
good places in
And I
urgent
think we
need of
need to
destruction.
set up a proper
No
army for
problem.
our little
I'll
friends
take care
there.
of it. I am
That doesn't look good.
evil.
I think the
elf.
squared
Naturally, the strategically well-versed
rooms
evil
are
did
still
not
the
send
best
its new
option, the
general
most
into
efficient
battle
ones.
alone. A dungeon had to be built, and
So
creatures
let's
hired to
start
provide
building
her
some
with a
kind of stuff
powerful
over here.
army. Of course, the sophisticatedly thinking
I think one
evil
of the
already
first
knew
things you
which way
always
the
should
wind
do is
blew in
get
the
more
dungeon.
of your
However,
little
should it be
snots.
hit by short-term memory loss,
So
it
we
could
get the first things
effortlessly
dug
look
out a
up things
little
in the
bit faster.
fabulous almanac.
Of course. Of course, we are now out of money for the time being, but that's why we got a few more guys in, so this one is going to refill rather quick. I want to build close to the gold that we are mining off a small treasury. At least if our guys decide to actually jump on the ground in order to create it. And there we go. This doesn't look nice. I'm going to fill this one up, so I have the entrance only over there.
The grandiose evil's
And
helpers
we
had
have
not been idle. Well, they hadn't exhausted themselves
sufficient
either,
money
but
to get the
anyway,
first
there were now
research. I'm
some
going to get
research projects the research
small, let's say,
evil could
chicken farm over
pursue.
there.
The new improved research menu
While I'm going to throw over here my
the new improved
camp for
research
my
menu
orcs.
opened and gave an overview
As soon
of
as I have
currently
another
available
500 at
technologies.
least.
At the moment, the selection was still limited.
There we go.
But that
Well,
would
I can
change.
first throw in the
After all,
orcs, actually.
This evil crusade had only just begun.
That is something I really would have liked that they left and that you just place the...
Countless spiders pouring out of a room that
Oh,
was
spiders.
accidentally
that you
disgusting.
build this small layer and they come in randomly, you guys. That you don't go ahead and just buy them. I prefer it the other way. It was more interesting, made it a little bit more challenging. Now you just go in there, click, and you have the guys. It's fine. Just my personal preference, I guess. Maybe I'm not the only one with things like that. Anyhow, that's how it is, and we are dealing with it. Another area. Oh, well, nothing too fancy. Let's grab... Actually, I would like to have 2 orcs right away in the beginning, so if somebody comes in, we can deal with them right away. What does... Oh, I have one of my snotlings. What does this give? Less wage. That's fine. Zurgok can get that. Come on, give it to Zurgok. Give it to Zurgok. There we go. So we have a chicken coop, we have this thingy here, our hideout. Let's see what else we can get right away. We would need 100 of evilness for this one. Here it's money, but currently we don't even have enough money to get enough units. So I will get one more of our little fellas, of our little snots. And right away afterwards I'm going to invest the money in orcs. Maybe one copy. We need to make this one a little bit bigger. So everybody has a space. Continue digging the gold. And this... I don't like it like that. I don't like that. So I really will always go ahead and fill these ones up again. It takes a little bit of time, but these things annoy me. Especially if I want to just extend like that. I need to watch out that I'm not getting into the corridor and then have to close it off anyhow. So, let's take our guys with F2, actually grab all of the units available in the dungeon. Same counts if you are on the upper area, you press F2, you collect you grab everyone or just command everyone at the same time that is on the upper area. That's pretty nice. Pretty good to know. Until I figured that out, I was clicking around a lot. I played a few skirmishes, that's why I know a little bit my way around by now. The campaign, though, I didn't continue with. I didn't play that without you, so... Also, this should be the first attempt of that one. Anything else that I can actually research at the moment? Of course, I could get more snots, but I don't think that's necessary. I think I have to go up already rather early in order to get some evilness. And there's something missing, so... Just for my own well-being and feeling good about how the dungeon is designed, I have to do this. So I think looking at our goal perspective, we are doing quite good at the moment. We have
no one has arachnophobia.
now we have a few more spiders. That's actually good. Gives us a little bit more experience. So everybody drop in there. And yeah, we are going up, I think, rather soon now. Oh, there's diamond vein. This provides you with an infinite amount of gold. What I like to do is also build close by to that a treasury. So if our guys decide to finally start working at that, they do this one as last. So if they finally start working on it, because there's nothing else to do, they don't have to run that far. So. Everybody happy, everybody is ready, at least I think they are. Well, let's give the order to do this. And I'm going to set our guys up. All of them at the same time, though. So there we go.
Who do you want dead?
Slightly destroyed Twistram. So I want her as my first choice, so I can tell her at a certain point to use the cast.
Blinding beams of light met the dauntless evil creatures. They briefly squinted at the distance.
They can slow me, apparently.
Finally, they grinned, satisfied.
I don't like to be slowed.
They were able to carry the battle to the good people and were not limited to protecting themselves.
I really would like to have the 100 of evilness in order to get.
Genre.
They wanted to go down into my dungeon.
Sons of Rohan,
In order to get
and
the
my
healer.
vicious hordes. Let's get these tree huggers and wimps.
Yeah, come on, beat them up. I normally
The
should
armies
focus
of
on this
evil
one first
reach one of
because
those
you
disgustingly
might have
great
noticed
places that
it, she
survive
healed the other guy up to full health, which was pretty annoying at that point of time. So let's quickly heal our guy up, and then we focus the Novids and the other one afterwards. And there we go. A little bit of damage output, please. So that was Novids number 1. Second one, and I'm going to focus single units. This one is last because Talia, if she dies, she's just going to respawn again. You can also pay for it. I think it was just 100 gold for the first time at least, or for the first level. So that's totally fine to leave her like that. She drops dead. It's unfortunate, but
and
that's how it is.
Turned into a hotbed of evilness. Cracks formed on the surface, and something, yes, evil rose from the depths. This
So,
evilness,
let's do
in a
this.
practical spherical form, was the sweet lifeblood which flowed through the personified
Afterwards, I really
evil
would like to
veins.
take out these
It
guys here
stimulated the armies
without
of evil
losing a unit.
and swelled their power.
Can you move
All
aside,
this
please?
lofty blah blah without any impact on the game aside, it was another resource primarily or exclusively.
Okay, that should be enough for now. I'll send them down again. Because
Delicious evilness
I
flowed
want
into
you to
the
go
dungeon
down again.
and filled it with power.
Oh, there's still the rogue.
New research was thus made available, which would help the dungeon to even greater power. The impatient evil immediately began to
Deal with this guy as well. So, go
Yeah,
down.
what is going on here? I feel it is.
And I think from that point on, also the enemies will
deeds of
come
the
to us,
conspicuous
right?
evil and its henchmen had not gone unnoticed.
Anything else that I
As a
can
matter of
research?
fact,
Well, yeah, I
even
can
a
actually
blind man could see the
strengthen her
destruction they left behind.
one time, and I can
As
also
idiotic
get our
heroes do,
first
they sent out a
Naga.
small patrol to scout the area.
Move
Let's
out,
take
then.
3.
Have a look around and report back to me. While
can't have
I would
enough of
love
healing,
to
I
accompany
guess.
you myself. I'm currently teaching myself to play the ukulele.
Oh, important. That's a very valid reason not to join the attacks. How does it look? Is there any more gold that we quickly can dig out? Over there, over there. And I think this mission is going to end rather quickly, especially if all our units are now healed, and I think I'm waiting for a payday. So we wait to see when the next payday is coming. Oh yeah, in 1 minute. Actually it doesn't matter, they're getting paid on top floor right away, instantly. So,
The exploring evil's little snots had discovered a room in the underground.
very nice. Increases the armor a little. Where's an orc without a name? Or without the adding to the
Your
name?
little snots have dug out a room.
There's just gold lying in the middle of the room, I like it. Not like we are short on gold at the moment or something. But well, you can never have enough, I guess.
Staggering Pony Tavern? By the goddess, I won't be
let's-
getting any more roast
Maybe
pork
let's wait for the
there.
150 over here and then we continue. Is everybody fine? Everybody ate something, I guess. The little bit lack of health there doesn't matter because the Naga will heal this guy up
Enemies
right
have
away.
entered the dungeon.
Oh, that was of
What can I
course
do
now weird timing, right? Can you quickly beat these guys up, please? Okay, there we
To
go.
the heroes!
So that's pretty nice. We got a little bit of experience from
what?
that on the way. And now we continue for destruction. I think this little tent over here is our first goal. Let me just make a route like that. Something like that. Even though, oh, there are enemies in the middle of the path.
Ouch!
Hop up. We don't have time. I don't think I need to focus at the moment. They will be absolutely fine anyhow. That already. There would be a healing potion, but nah. I really would like it if my guys can, for example, equip the healing potion, then if they are getting a little bit short on health, they will heal themselves up by using it. Let's say they had 15% and they use the healing potion. Would be a nice thing. How does it look with health? For a second I thought they actually come in one by one. And now the rogue unfortunately got healed up completely. I think we have so many guys she can't heal that much. Her mana is not sufficient for that. What are you? Slowly heals himself over time. That's pretty sweet to take that.
You desire?
So, first thing dead or down. There are plenty of enemies, 1 healer, range, and 3 rogues. I would say I wanted to say, let's take a second to heal up, because they can inflict a lot of damage. Their outburst is not bad. Seems like ours is neither. Up. Sorry, I absolutely did not see you there.
The island of the good was mercilessly overrun by the strategically savvy evil's hordes and turned into an evil
I
island.
can't get over there, so unfortunately I have to adjust my route a little bit.
Evilness would be bubbling to the surface. Excellent. Even better than in
Let's
Dungeons
make her
2.
explode.
But I'm out to plug it or it's fantastic add-on.
Hop up. Quick save in the middle of the fight. Always useful.
The armies of evil here? Damn it all, how did that happen? Time
Can
to
we
call
heal up
out
a
the heavy
little?
guns. Right
Just
then,
for a few
get ready
seconds.
to attack in waves. Excuse me, sir. Wouldn't it make more sense if we attacked all at once? Where's the fun in that? Wave after wave, that's a strategy for real men.
Thanks to the enemy's
Exactly.
limited
If you
tactical
attack all at the same
finesse,
time,
their
I might
destruction
lose.
was virtually unavoidable.
Can we kill him?
So
Yeah.
it was time to decorate for the victory celebration, to get the beer and hire the orc dancers. Okay, maybe not orcs. I
Oh,
shudder
these
at the
guys
thought.
wants to go into my jungle, so
They're
we're
gonna
pretty
be
lucky that
child's
we
play.
quickly
Leave
get them
them
over
to
here.
me. I mean,
Otherwise, well, we
hold
would
them
have
back
needed
and
to
let them
walk
hit
back.
you while I deal with them.
So, next one down. Let's take a second to heal up. Then we destroy this house? Yeah, this house. Quickly run through these defenses. I don't think there's any kind of problem with that. Our levels are increasing quite good, so I'm happy with that. Dum, da-dum, da-dum. There we go, down he goes. I like this artwork. It reminds me of a more comic style of even more comic style as a Warcraft 3, I think it was. Well, another game which reminds it me of.
There are
Hey,
Oh, what?
where does this lead? We should take a closer look.
the first
Oh.
heroes had discovered the not-so-well-hidden evil's dungeon and
Oh.
now entered its depths. Of course, the insidious evil had already prepared a despicable reception for them. At least I hope so.
Even if
They
that's
know I
not the
have
case, I
thoughts.
will kill these ridiculous do-gooders
No,
myself.
let's just get
They will pay
2 more
for
units in
mocking
here
me
and then
over
I
the
can
years.
actually continue upstairs.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? These are my friends.
That should be totally fine, these two guys.
How can I plan their
Oh.
deaths?
Talia had chosen an extremely unfavorable time for moral doubts. Luckily, her evil dark elf heritage prevailed. Hey, Talia, you're evil, so act like it.
What? Oh, yeah. Okay. Kill them all!
Well, she's still in training. The game I refer to is Spellforce, and I'm really looking forward for the next part of Spellforce to come out. And why I don't know why it reminds me a little bit of it. It's just maybe the way you walk around there with the huts, or walk through villages and destroy everything. I don't know. I don't like it to be in such a corridor and all of my units get around because this guy's basically freaking out over here. Not getting any shit done. Also doesn't matter much. Oh, that is plenty of enemies. And of course the tank in front. But without a healer, I don't think they stand much of a chance. Come on, one more guy. And the wannabe magician. And left is only one objective after that one. I wonder if her level is taken over to the next part of she's starting at 1 again.
Good thing I switched sides.
And so it was that the good camp was destroyed by the battle-wise evil's army. Now it was time to take over all of the good islands, but that would be a cakewalk.
This healing is actually really nice.
Candy from a baby. Candy from a baby? Simple, I ask. Ever tried it? The screaming and crying and fetching their parents and family as reinforcements, and those little beasts bite pretty damn hard.
What are you doing?
Not that I have any
Armor
personal
increase.
experience.
Take it.
The ultimate, chaotic, absolute, whatever evil will be happy. I am.
There is a guy with a cannon.
Father
I don't like it.
So
But first, as usual, take out the healer. And just go ahead now, slay everyone, and that would be, I think, the first part of which this, by the way, the next cast of Talia. She cast 3 of the shadows.
Stop and really think about your deeds.
Can you please just stop with the golem thing? We already had too many Lord of the Rings gags in the last 2 games. Enough is enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just shut it, good me.
There we go!
Talia and the destructive evil's army had succeeded in destroying Twistram and the surrounding area. Good no longer existed in this land.
Why? What the hell happened here?
Apparently not quite all of the good guys were defeated. The dwarven King Grimly, an old drinking buddy of Tanos the Paladin, was just touring the country with his exorbitantly large army to ensure everything was in order. Thank God the foresighted evil had provided for this contingency. The dungeon heart was charged with evilness and enough energy to act as a teleporter. For Talia, of course.
Oh, good. Then all the best, brave warriors, and stop them! Right! I'm out of here.
With a plop, Talia dissipated and disappeared to a faraway and safe place. The rest of the sacrificing evil's creatures looked astonished as their general fled, but only for a moment, as they already found themselves facing an unpleasant army of good.
This is the work of that damn pointy-eared wench. I always warned Thanos that those miserable dark elves couldn't be trusted. Criminals, the lot of them. But enough is enough. I'm going to find that shifty wench and use her ears as bookmarks.
There we go, victorious. Everything completed. I hope. Yeah, I'm not going to. I really wished I could scroll up and down instead of having it like that, but it doesn't seem like I can do that. So let's just continue to the campaign. The Gehenna Stones, or Gehenna.
The Gehenna Stones.
Gehenna.
After leaving the vestiges of Tristram, Talia set out for the Gehenna Stones. They served as seals to keep the demons banished in hell, where Tanos himself had exiled them. Her so-called Foster Fathers Act would soon be undone.
And that is going to be in the next round, so I'm looking forward to see you at that one again, hopefully with regular uploads from my side. If nothing comes in between, I'll try that. So, thank you very much for sticking with me, and I'll see you around. Bye for now.